Levanta la mano si en tu infancia fuiste de esos que quizás durante el verano, en las vacaciones, te juntabas con amigos e inventabas un juego cuyas reglas variaban de acuerdo al humor del momento. Bueno, ahora imagínate que ese juego termina teniendo su propia película. Así fue la cosa para los autores de Basketball, esa comedia de finales de los 90 que protagonizaron los creadores de South Park, que mezclaba cosas de béisbol con cosas de la NBA. Y no solo lo hacía con las reglas, sino también a la hora de buscar la estética y la visual. Es que el desafío principal era que por más que fuera un deporte ficticio, pareciera real en la pantalla. Y por eso decidieron incorporar elementos reconocibles del deporte profesional. Ahora, ¿sabías que este deporte estuvo inspirado en hechos reales?
We now return to Mira Akian and Contre with our latest interview.
You know, what was interesting is that when I met with David Zucker on that film, he actually played that game in his driveway. And that's where the whole thing originated. He played that game in his driveway with his neighbors and with his buddies.
Yes! Home run, that's 3-1, dude.
Hard to believe that just 5 years ago, this game was played only on driveways.
So we talked about it, and there was, you know, it was a real, very high level, lowbrow satire.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do was accentuate that. And I did a lot of that with the palette. I used very bright colors throughout. And I also, you know, there was a bunch of historical references in there too. Like one team was from the Alamo, so we had to build an Alamo in someone's driveway. The scoreboard in the Beers Arena, in the Milwaukee Beers Arena, was sort of an homage to the scoreboard at Wrigley Field in Chicago. I tried very hard to take real elements out of Major League sports and incorporate them into this silly game.
And starring the creators of South Park. What an unfortunate thing to happen on Dozen Egg Night.
There were certain things that would come up on the set that we would make some arrangements or some adjustments. But both Matt and Trey were very young at the time too, so they had a lot of input, but all of it was very positive.
Joey, look who's here.
My biological father?
And the forces.
Players of your caliber should be making the big bucks, don't you agree?
You know, a lot of it took place in people's driveways too, that we transformed. And the other thing is when we got into the stadium, we had different teams coming in, and some of them had a very suburban look with a garage and flowers and plastic flowers everywhere. You know, there was quite a bit of tongue-in-cheek visual references in that film.
I love kids. Heads up, big guy. God, needs a little work on the hands.
He's blind, Doug.
Did you play while you weren't shooting with the cast?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a very loose and fun set.
Yeah. Again, you need that for that movie, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not all comedies are like that. Some comedies are very, very serious sets because, you know, you may have two pages of work on the call sheet, but by the time they do alternate takes and everything, you've shot 5 pages worth of work, because the writing is such a key part of, you know, will the jokes land? Will they be flat? So some comedy sets are not really light and happy. They're very down to business.
I'm the king of the world! Yeah!
Basketball.